To me, education is by far one of the most important aspects of our society. It is the tool that allows us to create. The school was no longer a place of excitement and innovation, curiosity. Instead, it became a place of despair, stress, anxiety, depression, all these negative words. I think that we really need to change education, the way we learn, the way we view learning, in a really big way. It's these concepts, these intangibles of, learning from failure, collaboration, respect, that are really going to take students to the next level. And it's these kind of intangibles that create an environment that makes a student excited to learn, makes a student want to learn, and it creates an environment that students can create the change they want to make.
Coming into UConn, my first philosophy was that at the end of my 4 years, I thought that growth would matter over grades. So growth over grades was my philosophy. Then I met with my academic advisor and my philosophy was revised to growth and grades. And I think passion is really one of those things. When you talk to a founder about how are you growing your company, passion might not be the word that's underlined there. It might be marketing, it might be sales, it might be all of the business buzzwords that we like to throw to show that we're thinking about growth. But underlying all of that comes this little bit of passion. And passion to stick it out, passion to put yourself out there and bring your product to life. These are 4 principles that I try to follow whenever I'm coming up with an idea or just day-to-day thinking about how I can grow every day. Being passionate about what I'm working on, not getting too hyper-fixated on being perfect, but progressing and growing every day. Listening to feedback from the people in my community and network, and finding communities where I can thrive and continue to grow.
I'm coming here to talk to you about my nonprofit startup, Plaza Tech. So why the name Plaza Tech? So I speak Swahili, and Plaza means amplify. So Plaza Tech is actually the amplification of technology and its accessibility and usability to children in emerging nations. And my mantra is to educate the kids, educate the world. That the way in which our society is seen by how we treat our children. So being in psych and being with children, it actually makes me feel like we're creating a future that's much better for everyone.
So I started brainstorming with my co-founders at the time, and we decided to come up with this other thing where we also realized that another problem we faced when driving on the road was that sometimes we can't tell how hard someone in front of us is braking. So anza now is a brake bar that indicates your brake intensity to the driver behind you and has an AI camera that will visualize any type of incident that occurs behind you and train autonomous vehicles. Mental health isn't something that is planned. It just happens. Burnout can happen anytime, and you can always struggle with something, whether that's like happening right now or later down the road. You just don't know. You want to be strong, you want to be curious, and you want to make sure that your future you're doing something you like, something you love, and it's all about passion. And you want to make sure that your mental health is up to par, and you always have a resource there.
Global health is a field that explicitly demonstrates the need for us to think interdisciplinarily and think about how different social, economic factors, things like food access, clean water access, sanitation, housing, all these different factors play a role in our healthcare. And for me, it was a place where I can combine all of my multidisciplinary interests, right? Everything from anthropology to biology to economics. I think the best work that we can do, again, is in our own backyards, and it doesn't necessarily have to be building a brand new hospital. It can be increasing access to fresh food. It can be increasing access to clean water, ensuring kids are able to go to school and they have clean clothes to wear. Simple things like this, improving housing access, addressing climate change and even heat islands. So about a year and a half ago, a friend of mine, Mansitonde, and I created Glowhub, which is a web platform that gives aspiring global health innovators the resources and the community that they need to affect change worldwide and better lives. So what is Glowhub? Glowhub has 3 main goals. First, to democratize access to global health resources and research. 2, to enable advocacy, sustainable local and global solutions. And the third, to foster collaboration between all individuals interested in global health. So what does that mean? I'll go through each of these. We wanted to democratize access to global health resources and research by basically expanding who is able to access the current literature that is available. It's by creating a website that's a screenshot is kind of shown here, but you'll be able to go onto this and indicate if you're a high school student, undergraduate student, a professional, a community member, and what you're looking for, right? Relevant global health research, advocacy work, whatever. I encourage everybody to start conversations in your own circles, start innovating in your own circles, start working with your own community members and with community organizations, because everyone is needed in the fight for health justice. And now is not the time that we start. Now is not the time that we stop. Now is the time that we start, and we really work together to ensure that the next generation of people has access to health equity and health justice.